What's going on, you guys? Great Disciple back here with another gameplay. Well, I had all the intention in the world to bring you my Cerberus streak that I was promising you. And then I got another game with the VMP, 70 kills. I was like, ooh, no, I need to bring you that one. And then I just got this one. It's with a Weevil and on Metro of all maps. So let me tell you the story. So I got all my headshots on the VMP. I went into Combine and I decided, you know what, I'm going to finish off these camos. One of the things you have to do is run with no attachments to the gun and all perks. And then the other one is you take off all your perks and you run full attachments. I always leave that one to the end. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, you don't have these perks holding you back. You're not worried about, ghost and hiding. You're not worried about awareness and dead silence being heard. You're not worried about being tracked or Sixth Sense picking you up. You're just running around, all on reflexes, all on instinct, and you're moving so quick. And I forgot about this from Black Ops 2. I mean, the ones who did really well were the ones who were constantly moving, because it's a lot harder to hit a moving target than it is to hit a stationary one. And it just brought me back, and I realized that my play style, even though you're seeing it on YouTube, I'm rushing around moving so quick, but a lot of the times I'm pretty passive, and I don't want to play like that anymore. And the VMP going for that gold camo made me realize that. So here we are. I had gotten all my headshots with the Weevil, and I was like, okay. I finished off all the other camos, the ones where you run with no attachments and all perks, and the bloodthirsties and those types of things. I was like, all right, here it is. I got to put my attachments on the Weevil, no perks, and I'm just gonna go crazy, for lack of a better word. So I put on the Elo sight, quick draw, grip, stock, fast mags, and laser. I mean, this gun is crazy. And so Metro comes up and I'm like, forget it. I mean, I figure I'm gonna die 30 40 times doing this, but I got to get my 50 kills, so I'm just gonna go for it. Spawn in, and I start moving around, and I just start laying waste to these guys. I mean, this gun with these attachments is insane. It's kind of like the VMP with all those attachments. I mean, you feel unstoppable. You win nearly every head-to-head gunfight. You see them, they see you. You pull out your gun and you just lay them down, man. You got quick draw, laser sight. You got stock. I mean, you're weaving back and forth. They can't hit you. And in the process of doing this, playing with the Weevil, moving around Metro, I think I finally figured out the map. Excuse me. I'd played Metro probably 10 times up to this point, and it was the same scenario every time. I would try to move up on B, and I would get shot from all these different angles, and I could not figure out, okay, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go on the flank. And the flank has water, so you can go low, or you can run on the walls. You can run on your feet the whole way there. It's just, and even in the flanks, there's head glitches over there. So that didn't usually work. Not to say that I wouldn't pull a 3 or a 4 KD when I would play the map, but it wasn't one of my favorites. And if you notice, when you're going for B on Metro, on one side of the map, you'll have those little rooms where snipers and guys try to pick off people going for B. Those are actually directly opposite each other. And then on the other side of the map, there are no buildings. It's just straight gun-on-gun fighting. Well, in this, you'll see me start to go underground a lot, avoiding B altogether, like is one of my rules to maintaining a high KD. You don't want to go for B too often. And if you do, what do? We flank the enemy, we come up from behind them, and we take B from their side. That's the most effective route to go. So on this, though, I decided, you know what? I'm going to stay off the flank for the most part. I'm going to quit going heads up on B. I'm going to go underground. The advantage of going underground is this. The enemy usually doesn't come underground. In fact, the only time you'll really ever see people go underground on Metro is either if they're spawning under there, or if you're playing Kill Confirmed or Team Deathmatch. Other than that, you never see people go down there. So I started going underground, and on one of them, man, I got into their spawn. And you'll see this streak. It's a little bit towards the end of the match, but I had already had 7 kills. I think I had a Cerberus out, a Hardened Sentry out. And I worked my way into their spawn. And since the spawns are so big by A and C, They will spawn on either side, back and forth, back and forth. So you run to one corner, you shoot them down, you immediately turn around and face the other corner of their spawn, and they will all spawn right there. And had I had a gun other than the Weevil with a little bit more control at range, let's say I had the Pharaoh or the Razorback, I would have probably gotten a nuclear in about a minute and a half doing this. But needless to say, I got 21 gun kills, and it was probably the most fun I was having. I was actually screaming in the lobby. And oh man, that's another thing I gotta say. I notice when I'm going into these games, everybody's got headsets. Y'all can all hear what we're saying. I know some of y'all may be in parties, but y'all got headsets. Why aren't y'all talking? I mean, talk to people, have a good time. Is everybody just trying so freaking hard that they don't want to talk to anybody? They don't want to be bothered? I mean, when I'm doing these, I'm not worried about listening for players coming up behind me. I mean, I got music going on in the background. I'm laughing, I'm yelling. I'm not trying so hard. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm doing so well, because I'm just so relaxed. So yeah, going for those gold camos, man. I think I'm going to start doing it more. I've got the VMP done. I've got the Weevil done now. I think the Kuda is my next one. I only need about 10 more headshots, and then from there I'll probably move on to the Pharaoh, followed by the Vesper, and I'll finish off with the Razorback. Razorback's probably going to be the easiest out of all of them, and I would say the Vesper. The Vesper is probably going to be the most difficult. That gun, I hate that gun so much. Alright, well that's about all that I really wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody in case I don't get to make another video before then. And I promise you, I will have that Cerberus streak eventually, and I may even show you some of that BMP gameplay as well. You guys have a great day. I'll see you in another video.